Hello. Hello, this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. I have in here about 2.5 pounds of green tomatoes and about half a pound of onions. I've added to that 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm going to leave it overnight in the bottom of the refrigerator so some of the juices come out of it. Right, the next day I've got out the tomatoes and the onions that I added the salt to, and can you see, I don't know if this will pick it out, but there's a lot of water. Don't rinse it because you're going to want to add salt to this anyway, so that's why we added it and left it overnight. So this might seem like a very big pan, but I haven't got a smaller one that's got a heavy bottom like this one's got. And as it's got to be slow cooked for a long time, and that's about half a litre of the malt vinegar. We want to slowly, this is 250 grams of soft light brown sugar. So that's going in, and we bring it up. Well, we stir it until all the sugar has dissolved, and then I'll add sultanas. So I'll just leave it there. Once the sugar's dissolved, we'll be adding about just over 100 grams of chopped sultanas. Don't bother getting each one and chopping it. Just get your knife and go through a load of them. You'll get some very small pieces, some more or less whole, but that's how it is. And once the sugar's dissolved, I'll add the sultanas to the sugary vinegar and let it come up slowly to a boil. And now I'm going to add in, and I've brought it to the boil, and now I'm going to add in the green tomatoes. There's 1 or 2 in there that we're just starting to turn, but they're going in. So get this measuring jug that had the vinegar in to show you how much liquid came out of them tomatoes. A lot. Can you see that? Quite a bit there. So now I'm just going to bring this back up to a boil, and then let it gently, once it's up to a boil, turn your heat down, put your lid on, and gently simmer it for about half an hour or so with the lid on. And then take your lid off and do it some more for at least another hour to 2 hours. So it's one of these recipes that you just basically leave, come back to now and again and give it a stir. It's had half an hour with the lid on to help soften everything, and an hour with the lid off on a slow boil, and this is the consistency now, which is nowhere near what we wanted, so we just leave it to go for however long it takes. So I do remember when I've done this before, it took 2-3 hours to do it, but it is well worth it, and you don't need to keep standing over it. You can do other things while your chutney is doing. It now seems to be more or less right. As you run your spoon through it, it's not running back into place, it's nearly there. So I've got my jars here ready to sterilise. I'm going to preheat my oven, a very low setting. I think it's 140, I don't know. I run on gas marks. So I'm going to put my jars in the oven and let them go for about 20 minutes. That will sterilise them up. So in 20 minutes time I think we'll be jarring. Right, I'm going to try and spoon it out and into the jars. Try and get my funnel on, but it will fit. Don't have the right size funnel. And that's going to be close to the rim. My lids. And put the top on. And make sure it's screwed down. Give it a tap and that'll help it to settle. And there's one jar ready for the shop. And just leave it to cool. So I'm going to leave it on there. There is 6 jars. That's a Chutney half pint jar. I didn't actually remember to sterilise the lids. So that one will be going in the fridge. The jar's sterilised, but I didn't sterilise the lid. But it'll go in the fridge and we'll eat that one fairly quickly. And these can all go on my shelf. That's a half pint jar and these are a bit smaller than them. But, nice. It's quite lumpy, well, chunky. But it all depends on how fine you chop up the ingredients. If you chop them very fine, you're going to have very fine. I've never done it, but I suppose you could put your immersion blender, your stick blender in and at this stage and give it a go over. But I like the chunks in it. So, doesn't look as much as I have been doing. But you don't need much chutney. It should easily go 6 months or more on your shelves. So, thank you. Bye.
It's a